Miller-Matic 220 AC/DC welder dies after 4.5 years. Was it worth the cost of getting it back? Should I even use it again? I don't know, I'm a little nervous to find out. Alright, so here I am, I'm back, and I finally have my welder back. This thing died on me 2 months ago, and it was kind of rough trying to figure out what was wrong with it and what it was going to cost me to get it back. This here's a Miller-Matic 220 AC/DC welder. It's MIG, flux core, stick, and TIG. I bought this thing January of 2021, which I thought this thing was older than what it was, but apparently it's only 4.5 years old. And here about 2 months ago, the thing's worked great since I've had it. Never had any problems with it until about 2 months ago. My kid wanted to go use it to weld up a part on his Jeep, and the feed roll, the feed motor wouldn't run to push the wire out. It seemed like it would spark and it would do everything else, but it wouldn't push that wire out. So I ended up taking it back to the place that I bought it from, and they shipped it off to the repair place about 2 hours away. And that guy stayed in touch with me. He called me about 2 weeks later and said that the motor went out. It was going to be like $400, which was, I was happy. I'm glad that's all it was. He ends up ordering the motor, puts it in, it doesn't work. He claims that when the motor went out, it took out. So after he put the motor in there, he called me back and said that the PM1 board went out, and that was $600 and some. And Miller recommends when you replace the PM1 board, you replace the PM2 board as well, and that was another $600 and some. And no one could give me any reason for why all this stuff started going out. But the second time he called me, it was closer to like $1,800 for this stuff going out. And of course, I mean, $1,800. I bought this thing new for $3,000. Now I think he has it here that a new unit's about $5,500. So they've gone up quite a bit. So if I had to buy a new one, which after this experience, I don't know if I'd buy the same one or not, especially when I can't get an explanation of why this thing died, and is it going to die again in another 4 years. But I told him to go ahead and do it, because what else am I going to do? And so he ended up ordering those parts, and then it ended up being another several weeks before he gets those parts in. And then he ended up calling me back, and he said that he actually called Miller himself and did some arguing with Miller, and apparently got some of these parts. I almost think he said it was needing another part when he called me the third time. I really don't remember. But he said that he ended up calling Miller and having some of this stuff like parts warrantied, which is great, because it ended up costing me $1,100 in the end instead of $1,800 or more. But still, with no explanation of why this thing died, or I did ask him, and he says that with these machines, sometimes they just, stuff happens, I guess. They got so many electronics and so much stuff in them that who knows. So I'm wondering what everybody else's experiences are, if they have any of these multi-process welders, and if you've had any problems. I'm sure it's probably better to buy individual welders, but by the time you buy decent welders for each process, I think you'll be over the $3 grand I spent, or the $4,500 for this one new now. I have it most of the way set up. I'll turn it on and see what it says. I know a lot of people are asking me how much I've used this welder, and it should all be logged in here. If it's accurate, it should tell you each process, how much you've used each process. So I think I have to turn the breaker on for the welder, but we'll turn it on and see what it says. Okay, we'll power this thing on and see what it says for time and processing times. And 236 volts. That's looking good. Something must have been reset, because that's saying mild steel C25 is 14 cycles, but no time, 2 minutes on it. Primary log cycles 4. 240 volts, 13 minutes. Well, for some reason it doesn't show any of my times anymore, so I don't know if you had to reset those, or you could do a factory reset in there, or maybe one of those boards that you replaced changed it, but it's not showing the time that I have on these things anymore. We'll see if we can run the wire out. There it is. Well, I guess I'll weld with it and see if it's going to work. The wire seems to be coming out of it now, and that's the one thing that it wasn't doing before. Maybe we'll run it through all the processes and make sure everything's going to work, and I can get to welding on the Jeep finally. Which I got a lot of that to do. I got the cage to build on the cage to weld up on the 91, and floorboards and roof and frame stiffeners. Doesn't seem to be doing too bad, just for a straight little weld. Ooh. That looks pretty good. Okay, here goes the TIG welding. Don't beat me up too much if this doesn't go well, because keep in mind, I taught myself how to TIG weld in the last, well, 4.5 years, I guess it is. Basically just using this machine and watching YouTube, and it's expensive to do it, so it's not like I have thousands of hours just to sit here and do it by the time I have to buy materials and consumables. But we'll see if this thing TIG welds. I already tacked it up, so I know it does at least that much. We'll see if I can burn through and melt it down. I think I got a code right there towards the end. All right, well, I don't know what happened at the end of my TIG weld, but when I got to the end of this fillet weld here, for some reason the welder quit, and no matter how much I stepped on the pedal, it wasn't wanting to go again. I don't know if I touched the tungsten on there and it stopped it. I went ahead and did these welds here just to see if it would stop again, and I did both of them without it without it stopping. So hopefully it was nothing, and it seems to be working. I'm still a little nervous about why this thing died on me in the first place, but I guess we'll give her hell and start using it and see what happens. So, well, I think that's it. Until next time, I'm out of here.